Hi, welcome to week 25 of Foundation 52. This week, we're covering measuring marketing effectiveness. Why do we measure marketing effectiveness? Well, the single biggest reason is because we want to know that the marketing strategy that we've developed is effective. Is it hitting the right customers, the right prospective customers? Are we marketing on the right channels? Are we using the right language? Are we talking to our ideal customer, or are we just talking? So when you think about measuring marketing effectiveness, the number one thing that it does is it tells you if your strategy is working or not. And building a marketing strategy, as you know, if you've been following along in order, is not an easy thing to do, right? It takes some time. You're putting a lot of thought and deliberate action into it. And you want to know that what you've done works. So when you measure and you look at the results, you're going to get an indication of where you need to make changes. So it can give you some direction on where else you should be marketing or what you need to tweak with your marketing. So for example, if I am marketing for SP Pace and for Foundation 52, as an example, just very specific example, and I'm doing all of my marketing on mom groups on Facebook, and there aren't any moms on there who are actually interested in starting a small business because they're all super overwhelmed with being new moms, probably not going to be very effective. So I need to look at my strategy, kind of go back to the drawing board, and maybe not completely to the drawing board, but enough to the drawing board that I can figure out, do I need to be looking at a different channel? Is my messaging wrong? Am I going after the wrong people? You can't improve what you don't measure. So you need to measure. There's really 4 pillars for marketing effectiveness that you want to be taking a look at. The first one is market measures. Does the market know who you are? Are you getting engagement from people? Are you getting new leads? Is your pipeline building? Are you getting new subscribers to your blog? Are people liking and sharing your posts? That's a market measure, right? Just do people know you're there? Does the market know you exist? And when we first started SP Pace, the market didn't know we existed, and we had to do a lot of work to get our name out there beyond just the people who were in our immediate network. And don't get me wrong, super grateful for our immediate network, but you need more than your immediate network to sell and make money. They're helpful, but they're not going to buy everything you need and give you all the revenue that you need as a small business. So you want to make sure that you're effective in the market, that you're out there, that people know you exist. The second thing is engagement measures. So when you're talking, is anyone listening? That's the second pillar. When you talk, is anyone listening? So if you post a video, is anyone watching it? If you send out an email, is anyone reading it? It's not just the literal talk. It's any type of communication that you're doing. How effective is it? How many people are opening your emails? How many people are subscribing to your blogs? How many people are liking or commenting or sharing on your social media posts? Again, engagement. So you've got to have engagement, and that's exactly what this one is called, engagement measures. The fourth one is customer measures. Where are your sales coming from? Where are they originating from? Is this from cold calling? Are you getting it from cold emails that you're sending out? Or is it referrals from your network? Is it referrals from other clients? So you want to measure where your sales are originating. And sometimes the only way to measure that is to just straight up ask people, where did you hear about us? And there's nothing wrong with asking that question, especially if you got to measure it, because if you find that all of your sales are coming from 1 or 2 specific places, then you really want to go back and be marketing in those places. That's how you get more effective at it. That's how you up your market measures when you're looking at the 4 pillars. And then the 4th pillar is revenue measures. So this really is, how much revenue are you making? Like, honestly, it doesn't get much more simple than this. If you're marketing to people and you're getting engagement and you're making sales, how many sales are you making? What do your numbers look like? At the end of the day, revenue is really what drives if a business is going to stay around or not. You need revenue to be able to do that. So You need to take a look at the 4 pillars. It's a good place to start. There's a lot of ways to measure with respect to your marketing effectiveness. There's a lot of KPIs that you can be looking at, key performance indicators, but this is a really good place to start. It's easy and it just goes straight back to your strategy. So it tells you if your strategy is working or not. Reporting and metrics and KPIs matter, again, because it tells you if what you're doing is effective. It helps you to make adjustments where you need to make adjustments, and it gives you a really good indication of the things that you're doing that are working well, because those are the things that you want to repeat. And sometimes you've got to play around a little bit. Your first marketing strategy that you create might not be the most effective marketing strategy, but if you've never created one before, then you wouldn't know. And so you want to take a look at it and then just be tweaking. Constant iterative adjustments is really the best way to get to perfection of what you're doing. And remember, things change fast, right? Social media, new types of social media are invented. People leave platforms, people engage differently on platforms. Social media like Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, they change their logarithms. There can be just overwhelming political information that you want to stay away from. So things change. So you may have to adjust your marketing strategy just to keep up with the way that the world is adjusting. And there's nothing wrong with that. So just kind of keep things a little bit fluid and understand that that's how things go. And then finally, think about the different things that you can measure, right? So you can measure unique visitors to your website. You can measure how many people are coming to your website based off of a Google search, or, looking at the Google Analytics. You can measure the effectiveness of your SEO and your rankings on SEO. You can measure how many page views you're getting on your website when somebody does visit, or how long they're staying. All of those things completely measurable. How many people buy directly off of your website. You can measure all types of things on social media: the number of likes, the number of comments, the number of shares. You can measure the number of people that are sending you direct messages. You can measure how many people are opening up emails that you're sending via email campaigns. You can implement a tool like BombBomb, which is video messaging, and it's an amazing tool, and it tracks all of your metrics for you. So if I created a 30-second video and I emailed it out to 1,000 people, I could see how many people actually opened it and watched the video and how far in people watched the video. So really effective. Again, that's called BombBomb, like dynamite bomb, TNT, dynamite. Yeah. So anyway, those are different things that you can take a look at and start to develop your dashboard. If you've got any questions on dashboards, of course, you can always reach out to us at SB Pace. We're happy to help you. All of our contact information is listed. Take a look at the worksheets that we have, and let's get started on measuring marketing effectiveness and see if we can't improve and get you more effective and get you more revenue, because that's really the goal.